Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we're going to be using a team with no Azu and Regi. I know a lot of people are like saying in the comment section, "Oh, King, you can only win with Azu and Regi Steel," and Azu and Regi Steel is the most dominant core in the entire game. They're very bulky, and usually most solid teams pair something pair something with that duo. But I say to decide to try a new team: Skarmory, Alolan Muck, and Wish Cash. This team performed pretty well. There's a couple things that I made mistakes on, and I really like Alolan Muck, but it's way squishier in the Great League than it is in Ultra League, obviously. Uh, but yeah, it takes a lot of time and effort to try a bunch of new teams. So this Jirachi is actually a really good switch in. It's very annoying to deal with because of that confusion damage and Doom Desire. It's such like really good coverage. Obviously, if I had a steel like obviously Registeel would be a great solid switch in, but Alolan Mug very spammy. As long as I switch in fast enough, then usually I'm in a pretty decent position. So next up, I'm against Azumarill. This Azumarill. I know that there's Gardevoir in the back, but I'm a pretty positive situation right now because I had the energy advantage versus this Azumarill. When we're lagging, I was lagging pretty hard last night. Okay, yeah, I was definitely lagging pretty hard last night. I think my opponents were as well. But this matchup's pretty much a wrap. I'm going to be able to get off this sky attack and finish it off, and still have a full wish cache in the back. So that's game number one with this lineup. I think I went 21-4. I think was my final record. I had a very really close games in this set. So this team lineup does have like a little bit of problem with Skarmory in the back. Like if a yeah, so you have to be very creative in the back, but Alolan Muck, Wish Cash give like pretty good coverage. So I do miss a few bubbles. And then I'm able to get to the Sky Attack before my opponent gets to there, and I survive with 1 HP. So as you can see here, this is the tricky part. I wasn't actually I wanted to try this opponent's lineup. Maybe in the future, maybe not Swampert. We'll see. You'll see their lineup in a little bit. So this is actually I both my Pokemon have losing matchups against Skarmory in all shield scenarios. So this is kind of a tricky proposition for me. Uh, I potentially could have. Well, I need to burn the shield, so I do burn this last shield, or else I would have KO'd. And yeah, not a promising prospect for me. So I was debating whether or not they had a grass Pokemon in the back, which is why I overcharged, and they were actually able to survive with 1 HP. So, um, and then I was like, please be a Venusaur, and then it ends up being something I can one shot with Blizzard. So that worked out pretty well. Wish Cash still very strong. All right, we're gonna go into game number 3, and this is in rank 9. As you can see, just like when I was in rank 8, face opportunity to face some people in rank 9. So I do get so Alolan Muck can beat a Registeel in the 2 shield. They switched into a Azumarill. I switched into Gunk Shot. It actually was like kind of iffy on Gunk Shot, to be honest, because like it did feel like it was so much more energy than Sludge Wave, which it is, right? Like I go for the bait, and if this was Sludge Wave, then I probably would have been able to get it off. But because like it would take me 2 more snarls instead of 1, then well, actually I probably wouldn't have got it off, to be honest. So in hindsight, that was actually probably a little bit better for me. And I get Hydro Pumped, which is not great for me. So I'm gonna Sky Attack, And then I think I shield. And then I'm looking to farm down. And then we experience some lag. And I'm like, oh god, what are you doing? Switch. And then for some reason it clicks the sky attack. And I was like, what's happening? I was like, okay, whatever. Clearly they were generating energy though, because they got the flash cannon. Um, so annoying. So annoying. I'm worried that I have no idea how much energy they have, because clearly they were generating energy while it was frozen. So I go for the mud bomb, and then I'm just building a little bit up. Again, if it's grass in the back, I want to be able to blizzard it before it gets to their charge move. It ends up being a Alolan Marowak, so it works out pretty well for me. And then I almost make a mistake here. Well, I do make a mistake, and then it almost cost me. So I tried to sack switch, when I could just finish off with mud bombs like a turn earlier. And I survived with 1 HP. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. And then the Skarmory actually comes out and I finish it off with Air Slash. So worked out pretty well. And we are going to go into the next match. I should have trusted to have Wishcash in the back the whole time, especially with shield down. Okay, so not a great situation for me. Oh, and they come into Beautifly, and actually I had no idea what move this Beautifly hit. And we had experienced some lag, so I have no idea what our energy's at, or even what move it has. So I'm like, probably a bug move. And next you have Silver Wind, which would have definitely KO'd the Alolan Muck. And then they have a Rock Smash Impernate. So I'm like in a pretty decent position right now. And this Gunk Shot it's an amazing animation. It takes a really long time to get to, but does so much damage. It definitely bailed me out in some situations. So I think I shield. And then I go for one more Dark Pulse, which they end up shielding. And then I'm just threatening the last Dark Pulse. So they burn their energy. I come back in with Wishcash, and I'm able to Mud Bomb before they're able to get to another charge move. And the Doom Desire wouldn't have done that much anyways. So, but Jirachi is pretty tricky to deal with. Maybe I'll do a video featuring Jirachi. I know it's pretty interesting. Mine's such terrible IV, so but it doesn't look like it matters too much. All right. Okay, I think I also like in this. The lag was so annoying last night. So they go for Hydro Cannon, and then I go for the Sky Attack. They shield, and I let it go. And then we lag here, and I definitely should have got off that Sky Attack before that Swampert got to it, and then I end up having to shield, which is not part of my plan. And then because I couldn't do the air slashes, I don't know if it actually worked out okay for me. So I go for the Blizzard, and then I'm able to KO it straight up, and then they have a Registeel in the back. So I was like, oh, okay, this works out pretty well. And then Wishcash was like so clutch for me in the back in so many games. And I'm gonna look to land Mud Bomb. I think they flash can't. I can't remember if they flash can't again. No, they don't. And then I land the Mud Bomb, and then they Focus Blast me, and then I survive this just barely, and I'm able to get it off. So that worked out pretty well. I think I gained like 170, 180 ELO points. So in this mirror match, I know I lose it, and so I'm trying to be creative, try piggybacking. I don't know, try to find some mechanic where I can get ahead, because I have a rank 1 Skarmory, which is both good and bad. Like, it's bad in this mirror match, and as well I'm missing some bubbles. That's very unfortunate. And I was actually hoping maybe this guy will go for a Flash Cannon, and then I can somehow like come into this matchup ahead. So somehow I'm able to win the CMP. So it's too much health for me to farm down. So I decide to, and they actually got ahead of me in energy somehow. So I'm like, okay, I'll just come in with Alolan Muck, farm down. Let's see what's in the back, and it's actually Swampert. It's actually Hydro Cannon. And then, oh my gosh, okay, I think this like went all sorts of bad. So I was like, desperation Blizzard. This is the only way I'm gonna win. And they shield the Blizzard. I was like, oh great, okay. They Hydro Cannon, and then I go for the Mud Bomb, and then I switch out, and they actually had a Machamp, which this Gunk Shot absolutely destroys. But because I had Gunk Shot instead of Sludge Wave, then I didn't have enough residual energy. So then I wasn't able to get that Dark Pulse, or I wasn't able to pull the trigger on the Dark Pulse. The Sludge Wave probably would have KO'd. I'm not sure if Sludge Wave would KO. Let's check. Again, I'm going to be checking on pvpoke.com for those that aren't aware of what I'm using. Machamp. Sludge Wave we did 106. I guess it doesn't one shot. Gunk Shot does 125. But I probably could have each snarl does 3 damage. Yeah, so I probably would have got KO'd by the cross chop. So okay, fair enough. So you win some, you lose some in that scenario. Oh yeah, man, so much lag. And they actually have a Steel Wing Skarmory, and I had no idea how to play this matchup out. So I think I'm just gonna let it go. I should have went to Wishcash, because Wishcash would have resisted the Steel Wings. But I'm not sure I would have been able to KO it in time. And then they have Wishcash. And what happens here? Oh, yeah, okay. So I was like, okay, last time, did I land this Blizzard? Oh, I landed the Blizzard this time, so that miraculously worked. And I shield. And then I'm going to land this Mud Bomb. And I think they also land this Mud Bomb. Oh, no, they Blizzard me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they Blizzard me. And then they have Arcanine in the back. So then that worked out well for me. And having this Gunk Shot allowed me to... I probably can't one-shot an Arcanine. Maybe, I don't know. It's very squishy. So Sludge Wave does 101. Gunk Shot does 120 of 122. So having the Gunk Shot is really a really good closing move, I guess. Like, it actually probably saved me in some matches. Okay, so bad lead. So I switch out into Alolan Muck. And my opponent switches... I made this really stupid move. Like, of course they're going to shield the first one. Why would I go for... a Gunk Shot? I don't know. That was stupid of me. Especially like people who play Mantine always shield the first charge move, just because like it's debuffed. It's the only charge move that's not going to be debuffed. And then I hit another Dark Pulse because they're going up for the Ice Beam. So I'm gonna let this go. And then I know what's gonna happen with my Skarmory. I'm gonna come in with Skarmory. I'm gonna look to farm down. And they're just going to keep bubble beaming me. But the thing is, I'm not going to fire off the charge move onto the next Pokemon. They seriously could have Ice Beamed me twice, and I wouldn't have. I would have committed to the farm down anyways. So they're going to fire off one more bubble beam. This is totally fine. And then I'm going to trust Wishcash, whatever's in the back. And then I switch out to Wishcash. And they switch into Venusaur. Again, this is the reason... And they actually have a Razor Leaf Venusaur. This is why I don't fire off right away when I switch in Wishcash, in case they have grass in the back, so I can get off the Blizzard if needed. They end up Shadow Balling me. I wasn't sure if they're going to bait, but I decided I have 2 shields. I might as well commit both. And this is just going to be a Bone Club, but that probably would have KO'd me at that range. And then I have another Mud Bomb to finish off. This is why Wish Cash is so good with shields down. Like, has so much coverage, right? And that worked out pretty well for me. So Alolan Muck, so spammy, can burn those shields. And then as well, they both have like pretty big nukes. So that's why I really like that combination in the back. And we're going to go... So I need to avoid getting a Blizzard. They did a really nice switch into Jirachi. And then I debate... I switch in Alolan Muck just because it has a poor matchup against Wish Cash. And decide to undercharge this Dark Pulse. They end up shielding anyways, so... And I think we end up both shielding. I don't know if they burned the second shield. I don't think so. Maybe they do. No, they don't. And they actually go into Skarmory. I'm kind of in a tricky situation right now because, again, if in one of my other lineups I had Swampert in the back, but Swampert definitely would have lost me some games. As opposed to having Wish Cash. So I really debate how to play this out. I basically need to get it low enough for my Wish Cash to be able to farm down without taking a Sky Attack. So what do I do here? I decide to... Okay, so this game was so laggy. So I tried to switch. I thought I switched, but I kept doing because I want to save the. I want to save it for. I want to save it for the. For a different scenario, so. I go for the Mud Bomb bait. Let's see if I get the shield. I do get the shield, and then they actually Mud Bomb me again. And then I just barely get off this Blizzard and able to, and because of the air slashes, I was able to put it low enough that these Blizzard was enough to KO. So it worked out decent there. And so we're going to Skarmory. Oh, it's actually a water gun. It's actually a water gun Wish Cash. Which actually was like, I wasn't actually sure how this matchup played out. Actually, I want to show all my matches, but I actually have a meeting in about 10 minutes I need to get to. So we're going to watch maybe like 2 more matches. And then... but you kind of get the idea. And then I switch out into Alolan Muck. Just, again, I have that Gunk Shot nuke. And with an energy advantage, it's pretty decent. So I decided to let this go. Ends up being an Ice Punch. And I was like, okay, probably worth shielding. It's another Ice Punch. And then I'm able to farm down. And then it's Clefable in the back. And this Gunk Shot will one-shot it. Such a great animation. Such a great animation. Maybe we'll watch this next match. I actually had a really good match against Holden. Okay, so this is the House Stark lineup, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is the House Stark lineup. They actually played this really well. I think I ended up losing this match. They played this ridiculously well, so shout out to this trainer. So I know like the Mud Bomb's not gonna KO. I'm gonna hit a charge move anyways. They actually flash cannon me. I can't remember, is this one? I played the House Stark lineup like 2 or 3 times that night. And they bring in Toxicroak. Oh, so this is a really good play. They switch out into Azumarill, which actually like ends up being a little bit of waste to me because I can one shot with Alolan Muck. I decide to let this go. Ends up being a play rough, and then I go for the Gunk Shot. This is, I guess, where Sludge Wave would have been better because I would definitely got it one turn earlier, and with the Mud Bomb it would have KO'd. And then I think I go into Wish Cash, and then they sack their Toxicroak. Yeah, I think this is the one I lose. And then I'm just looking for them to burn their energy. And yeah, okay, no, I think I ended up winning this one actually. Oh man, okay, yeah. So I faced the House Dark lineup a few times. This one had a little bit different variant of a moveset, probably Play Rough, Hydro Pump, but essentially the same lineup. Hopefully this is the Holden McGroin matchup. That was actually a really, really good one. I think this was a pretty good matchup as well. Let's see. Okay, no. Oh, yeah. So, oh, man. I definitely misplayed Torterra. So they go into Jirachi. I definitely should have went to Wish Cash. I don't know why I went to Alolan Muck. So I played against the Jirachi so much last night. It's very good. It's very good. This Doom Desire does so much damage. And then I go for the Dark Pulse, and then I think I get outraced to this Dark Pulse. Yep, I just barely get beat to it, so I was a little bit too slow on the switch. And then I was like, please don't unlag and have my Wish Cash pretty much destroyed. And then I wanted to farm before the Sand Tomb. I was like, oh my gosh. Sand Tomb, like, it's so spammy. I decided to undercharge, and so I can farm up a little bit more. I'm not going to risk getting hit by another charge move. And then I think Jirachi comes out. I don't want to get hit by a Doom Desire. And then they actually have a Alolan Sand Slash in the back. Which I know this is going to KO anyway, but this is fine. I'm in a very good position right now. So I switch out into Wish Cash. It's going to take another Mud Bomb, and yeah, and there you go. So I think that's all the battles I can show because I had to run off my meeting. But hopefully you guys are excited that I'm trying something else besides Azumarill and Registeel. Let me know down in the comment section below what other teams you want me to try out. With this team, I went 21-4 at rank 9. I went from like 2,508 elo to like what am I at right now? Let's see. I am at. Oh, I really have to go to my meeting. Come on. And I am at. Come on. Load. Oh, for some reason it won't load my record. And all this is actually kind of funny. You probably can't see it, but all the Pokemon are miniature on my screen. What the heck? The hell? Okay, one second. Let me. That's kind of funny. Okay, come on, game. The whole world's. I guess even these Pokemon are self quarantine. They're just reducing in size. All right. Okay, now back to normal. I am at 2670, so I went up 162 by going 21-4. But let me know down in the comment section below what other teams you want me to try out, and I'll give them a try. Right? I'm not afraid to experiment, and I think you can apply effective teams without having Registeel and Azumarill. Those are really good meta teams, and I think it's important for me to show what a very meta team is and how to play it as effectively as possible. Because like not everyone has a lot of Stardust, right? And some people want to try a very straightforward meta team. But I'm willing to experiment, try things out, show you how to utilize them effectively. So I'm gonna leave it there. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.